Take
Oh.
forever to get going on Sunday. That is how long that took to initialize.
Oh. I can't hear it. It's so weird.
Oh, yeah, this is the long intro.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're late and a long intro. Hi, everybody.
But hey, thanks everybody for finding the Geek Spot with us as always.
As always.
If you're watching, great to see you in the chat. If you're listening, thank you for listening. Make sure you tell a friend so they can listen too. And you can always catch us Monday nights at 7 Eastern time, streaming all the places that things stream.
Yes, we do it.
And for those listening, so I'm Jack, and that's Frank.
Hey.
On the other mic there. Excited to catch you all up on how the week in Geek has been.
Yeah, man. How was your week?
I was pretty quiet. Not as much. No gigs. Not anything crazy like usual. Watched some stuff. Had a dinner out. Got the Valentine's and all that kind of stuff. An anniversary all done a little early. Went out for a really nice dinner Saturday downtown, down at Steak 48.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll say 3 words: corn creme brulee.
You lost me at corn.
Oh, but it's creme brulee.
Yeah, you lost me at corn.
Yeah, it's a vegetable. Well, it's really a fruit, but
yeah. Is there anything green and vegetable-y in that?
And corn?
No.
It's none of those things. Corn's technically a fruit, I think.
Yeah, it's an alcohol too, and I like alcohol, but I don't like corn.
Yeah.
Big fan of the alcohol.
Rain makes corn, and corn makes whiskey.
Yeah, big fan of the whiskey too.
Yeah. They also had a delicious old fashioned. It was a walnut flavored. Yeah, it was good.
Very nice. Sounds delicious. Sounds like you had a nice little time.
Yeah, it was good times.
All right. Excellent.
Hey, Charles, Pete, Mom, hi. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, Pete, Charles, Jack's mom. Yes, Pete, that is a body in the river down there. That is a Kansas, or is that a Kansas? Nope, that's a San Francisco 49ers salty fan floating in the river as they have continued to be nothing but salty after being blown out by the lucky Eagles.
Well, you're only lucky for 7 of those 31 points, really.
Yeah. I had the opposite. I had nothing to do this week. Actually, wait. Was this a football game? No, that was last week.
There was the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if you watched that. It was not good.
No, I put it on for a couple of minutes and I saw them toss some water balloons and I was like, nope, next.
Oh, was that the Thursday night stuff?
I think so. Oh. And then I put on the NHL stuff, which I'm usually always all in on the NHL All-Star stuff. And this year, I was so uninterested in everything that they were doing. And the players weren't so happy with some of it. And I didn't even watch the game. Was it the game was Saturday, I think?
Great question. I couldn't name a single player in the NHL right now. So
I can. I mean, I can name a lot of them, but I wasn't. It just the game didn't grab me in any way, shape, or form. So I stayed low key this weekend. I didn't go out. I know I have Super Bowl plans Sunday.
Oh, that's exciting.
Are you going anywhere? Are you going to a party or?
No, but I live like really near 5 Points, so I think we might finally do the 5 Points thing.
Okay.
And hit that up after the game.
I'm just gonna go to the same place I was for the NFC game. We have everything set out. The same beer cozies that we used are set in specific places, and same people are coming. And instead of just throwing chips in a bowl, we're gonna maybe a little roast beef from Crown Deli.
Look at that.
Yeah, make some sandwiches.
That sounds delightful.
It is.
So have you been catching up on things? Is your list getting any smaller? We talked about this.
Find things
in text earlier.
Yeah, no, so I'm not really doing
Okay.
anything. I am 100% caught up on Last of Us, which I am still all my chips are in on the show. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Um, I did go back and watch the trailer that you mentioned to me in the text.
Oh, I wish I knew which one that was.
Oh, that was White Men Can't Jump.
Oh, yeah, that looks awful.
White men shouldn't reboot movies either.
Yeah, no, there's nothing that looks good about that movie at all.
No, it looks like awful. Like just that little clip of it was like, ugh.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you know what shouldn't happen?
Yeah,
This. I
yeah.
did finish God of War Ragnarok, by the way, so
Ooh, nice.
now I can start Midnight Sun and try and beat it in 3 days.
What's in 3
So that I
days?
can get to Hogwarts Legacy that comes out on the 10th.
See, here's what's funny for me is I bought the $80 version to give me the abracadabra evil curse.
Yeah.
So I get it tomorrow at 1:00.
Oh, I have the deluxe version too, though, so maybe I do get it early.
You do get it tomorrow at 1:00, as long as you have a next gen console. If you have an older version of the console, then you don't get it for like another month. And if you're getting it on the Switch, actually you don't get it till April.
Yeah,
And
it's forever on there.
get it until June. Which
So
is
I will tell you that White Men Can't Jump reboot has Lance Reddick attached. So,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's got that going for it.
yeah.
And other
No,
than that, it looks so bad.
no. I have a semi busy week in. I have the Millennium Falcon to build, as I texted you pictures of.
Yeah.
I bought the special edition 7,000 plus piece Millennium Falcon that has 1,379 steps to build it and an almost 500-page manual. Now, the
That's
first like 40 pages of that are all like artwork and behind the scenes and how they came up with it and stuff. Spent about an hour and a half building the base today and put 2 pieces wrong that were not labeled. So that's all gone.
wow. Oh, that's a good call, Pete.
A PC case?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Make your Lego thing into a case for a PC.
Oh, no, it's going to be the Millennium Falcon. And I still don't know what it's 37 pounds when complete.
That's insane.
The size of a small baby. Yeah.
I will say for anybody that knows anything or watched the Grammys last night,
Oh.
unfortunately, one of the stars of this White Man Can't Jump reboot, yeah, I'm still on that, is Jack Harlow,
I know
who
that.
is trying to go the Machine Gun Kelly route, I suppose,
Okay.
of trying to make it as a rapper, and then make it as a actor, and then probably go back to making a punk album,
And then
and
he'll
then
date Megan Fox?
and then go back to rapping.
Will he also date Megan Fox at some point?
He's due. I
Okay.
mean, it's almost to that point in the cycle.
Oh, good for him.
Maybe he'll date Brian Austin Green.
Oh, ooh.
Take the other way.
So yeah, I get to play Harry Potter tomorrow
That's exciting. Yeah.
because I have nothing video game related. The Destiny thing that I'm waiting for is not until the end of February.
I thought you started Last of Us, and then you decided
Yeah,
you don't want to get ahead of the
Yeah,
show.
I stopped hardcore because I have a funny feeling that if I continue to play that game, I'm going to get so engrossed in it and I'm going to shoot past where they are in the story. And they keep branching a little bit and like making the world a little bit bigger than the video game was. It seems. And I don't want to mess that up. I'm really enjoying this too much.
Good.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that in a bit.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. I got to fix my. Hang on.
Yep. Oh, Frank's falling. So for the listeners, Frank has wound his cable completely around himself, so he's actually choking out on camera right now. It's really a sight to see.
It's not what was happening. The mat I have underneath my chair is all bunched up.
It's much less exciting.
So over in the geek news, we're gonna start in the horror genre.
Okay. Oh, I watched a horror movie this weekend.
What'd you watch?
I watched Violent Night finally.
Shut up, Jimmy. Oh, was that any good? It's on my list.
It might be my family's new favorite Christmas movie.
No shit.
It is fantastic.
I
It
will
is
watch
so
it
much
this
fun.
week. We'll watch it this week, guaranteed. Signed, sealed, delivered.
But it's on Peacock, so I was like, let's go watch that, and we did. And my wife was like, I think this might be our new favorite Christmas movie.
Okay, that I will give it I will give it a Goya promise that I will
Okay.
go watch it this week. I was going to mention Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh yeah, because that is a
It's a thing.
public. It's public domain.
Yes. So it's off to a strong start at the box office thanks to a limited theatrical release in Mexico. Directed by Reese Frake Waterfield, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey follows Pooh and Piglet as they go on a killing spree after Christopher Robin heads off to college and abandons them. The movie is very loosely based on the original children's book. So the slasher film won't hit theaters globally until February 15th, but they've already earned close to $1 million from its theatrical release in Mexico. The movie hit theaters in Mexico on January 26th and has earned about $950,000.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's a crazy, weird-looking premise.
It is. So this past year is when a ton of stuff has hit public domain. The weird thing with like Winnie the Pooh is only the original A.A. Milne characters.
Right.
So like Tigger is not public domain.
No, he's not in this either.
So I would assume I think Kanga and Roo maybe probably aren't either. But just the ones from the original book that weren't created by like Disney. Because Disney went and did some crazy public domain stuff. Like Steamboat Willie's supposed to be public domain coming up.
Oh my God.
Because it's been over 100 years.
The official budget for the film hasn't been revealed, but it's possible that its $950,000 haul has already covered production costs.
It's fantastic.
I don't want to see this off the top of my head, but I'm sure Dylan will see it if he hasn't already found a way to see it.
It's true.
That seems like something he's.
I mean, I'm gonna start branching back out into the slasher genre because I forgot how much fun it is until I watched it all night the other day.
Another favorite TV show of yours ending at season 5.
Which one?
You're caught up now.
There's so many.
Sons of Yellowstone. I mean Yellowstone.
Oh, it's ending this season? Thank God.
Possibly. As Kevin Costner is a big part of Yellowstone, it is possible that his filming schedule is ramping up to a point now that he will no longer be able to partake in the movie or in the TV show anymore. The rumor is that it's going to end with season 5 and that there will be multiple spin-offs still with Matthew McConaughey attached to one.
Oh, is that he going to play Costner's dad? I bet he's going to play Costner's dad.
No, they already have. Well, wait.
Not old Kevin Costner's dad. You're only 1923, right?
That's right.
So you need your in between.
Right. Maybe
when they make 1973.
Yeah, maybe he would be a good Kevin Costner father, but yeah. So they're not saying for sure, but there's already 2 spinoffs in the works, and Taylor Sheridan has a ton of other stuff. He's even got he does the Mayor of Kingstown too.
He does in the Tulsa King.
Yes, Tulsa King. I couldn't get through. It's too.
I did see that. Where was I going with that? The Costner sold his place.
In Santa Barbara.
Huh?
Wait, his house in Santa Barbara, or did he have a place?
No, he had a place in Wyoming, like he had or Montana, a compound, and he sold that. That's probably what has started all these rumors.
Gotcha. Probably.
Because he put that place up for sale.
As Jimmy pointed out, Cobra Kai is mercifully ending after season 6, but there will be multiple spin-offs of Cobra Kai in the Cobra Kai universe.
Why?
Because it's popular. People like to watch it.
Then we get Eagle Fang season 1.
I'm all in on Eagle Fang season 1. Thank you very much.
Look, we got to keep Billy Zabka working somehow.
Well, I mean,
there's no other way. Stingray just won a Golden Globe.
That's right, he did.
He didn't win. He was up for a Golden Globe, though. Wait, did he win? He did win, didn't he?
No, Jimmy, they do not film Yellowstone in Santa Barbara, but he was in Santa Barbara where he owns a house and couldn't make the Golden Globes because of the flooding. Come on, keep up with the news, dude.
That may have just been a joke they told on stage at the Golden Globes.
Maybe. No, he filmed a video. He like sent in a pre-recorded video or whatever. Showtime is also planning to spin off one of its popular TV shows, its longest running TV show.
Californication?
No, Billions.
Oh, it's still running?
Yeah, I'm a
Wow.
huge fan of Billions.
I've been out for like 3 years now.
Yeah, they're coming up with season 7 is coming out, and then they're going to spin off, and I'm not making these titles up. Millions and Trillions are both two separate spin-offs. They're going to explore different aspects of the finance world in depth.
Now, if they would have just done a spinoff called Dollar Bill, I
Right,
would have been in.
right.
It's right there. How do you
And,
not do Dollar Bill and
and
just have
he's one
his
of the best
prequel?
characters.
Do the prequel, right?
Yep.
How do you become Dollar Bill?
But with them spinning off outside of New York City, spoiler alert, you'll be able to get perhaps Axe back.
Yeah. Damian
Lewis, who left because his wife passed away, and he went through the last year of filming, dealing with that and the COVID stuff. So he wasn't really there. He was kind of more remote.
Right.
And yeah, it was a real rough go for him. Where else? That 90s show. Have you finished that 90s show?
No, I did not start that 90s show.
You haven't even started it yet?
No, I have zero interest in that show. I barely watched that 70s show.
Well, the 10 episode season 1 is getting a 16 episode season 2.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, it's only going to go 3, and then
Ashton Kutcher wants it to go longer.
He does
than the original.
He does.
Now, when did that air again? The original? I don't remember.
1970.
No. Not when did it occur? When did it air?
Do
you remember? Is that 10 or 20, 15 years ago? I feel like it was in the 2000s.
Hold on, I'll tell you in a second.
Which most shows in the 2000s.
1998. August 23rd, 1998 was the very first episode.
Yeah. So that show and any other show through that, like that in the next 10 years,
yeah,
I did not watch.
Okay. Well, you were doing the music thing.
Yeah, and there was no DVRs. So it was like you could record on a cassette if you wanted to watch a show or wait for syndication. And our nights used to start at like 6 when you'd have to get places to play at 10. So
or you were supposed to start at 6 and the truck was late, so you didn't start until 8.
Well, that was until later on, after 2008, is when I had to start dealing with that.
Oh, yeah, I had to deal with that all along. No, I didn't watch it during its first run either. I caught reruns, and then I kind of caught up when they started showing it on what was then Channel 57 at night.
Got it.
But I enjoyed. I'm about 3 episodes in, and it's okay. It's time filler. It's okay.
Yeah, I wish you would just go back to Letterkenny instead.
I know. And look, I'm even in the season 2 of How I Met Your Father, and that's okay. They still lean too heavily on a not diverse cast. That's the best way I can put that.
Yeah, I will say if you it is 2023 now. There's a lot of content.
Yeah,
it's okay to not watch something you don't like.
Right, and that's why
unless you're me. And I just feel obligated to watch like Yellowstone. That's still obligated.
That's why I never went back and watched the Mighty Ducks season 2. Even though Josh Duhamel's in it, and I'm a big Josh fan.
Yeah.
But I have not yet gone. I keep forgetting that it's there.
He just looks too young though to pull off being a love interest with Lauren Graham.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Well,
I don't know if they are. I would assume.
Well, yeah, because that's what was happening with her and Emilio. So that 90s show is getting 6 more episodes in a season 2.
More power to him.
AMC. Did you see the AMC stuff?
No. What's the theater about? What 80 for Brady?
No.
Oh, did you see about 80 for Brady?
No, that it's out. And it's
but so AMC is every showing of that they're doing senior matinee prices. No matter when you go to see it, it's
okay. That's
pricing.
Cool. That's kind of cool. That makes up for what they're about to do. Yeah. So AMC is going to change the pricing based on where you sit in a movie theater.
Oh.
So if you sit up front in the first row, you're going to be discounted because it's shitty.
Because it's awful.
If you sit in the middle, you're going to pay prime seating. And if you sit anywhere else, you're going to pay standard seating. This does not affect AMC Stubs people, but they're going to now they must be really hard for cash.
Now, is this surge pricing though? Like, what if it's an empty theater? Do you still have to pay more, or
It
can I buy the cheap seats up front and then just go sit in the middle? Are they going to yell at me?
So the way this says is, so the first seating price is standard sightline, described as the seats that are the most common in auditoriums and available for the traditional cost of a ticket. Then there's value sightline, seats in the front row of the auditorium, as well as select ADA seats. Value sightline.
So you can sit on the floor and get a deal.
Right. Value sightline pricing is only available to AMC Stubs members, including the free tier membership.
Oh.
The third option is preferred sightline, seats in the middle of the auditorium and are priced at a premium to standard sightline seats. AMC Stubs A-list members will be able to reserve these seats at no additional cost.
Interesting. Again, it's so what if I just pick one of the cheap ones and then move over?
So I'm reading that now. Sightline at AMC is applied to all show times that begin after 4 p.m. at participating locations. It's not applicable on discount Tuesdays. Let's see where. It does not say anything about that. I'm sure they'll have stuff. It's going to start in New York, Chicago, and Kansas City this Friday.
That's exciting.
And then it'll be expanded to all domestic locations by the end of the year.
It won't, but that's fine. I went and saw when I saw Endgame. It was I was in the front row for my first showing because those were the only seats available.
Right.
And wow, that sucked.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It wasn't Endgame. It was Infinity War. I was in the front row.
Do you have your Ant-Man tickets?
Yeah, I've had them.
Oh, good. When are you going?
Thursday night.
Thursday is
next Thursday.
What's that?
When it premieres.
Oh, okay. I think I'm on the 17th or the 16th. Now I gotta look.
Well, that's 17th is the Friday. And you like to go on the Fridays. I like to go the night it comes out so that I can look at my phone all day Friday and not
Thursday at 3:00. Actually.
Oh, you're early. You're first showing.
I had to go based on when my son Matthew was off work, and he's working. He literally is working Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Thursday was the only open day. He wants to go.
Yeah, I believe I'm 8:30 next Thursday.
Okay, cool. So I can spoil it for you.
You can try. You can try.
You mean try as in everybody else is already doing it?
Yes. Yes.
Speaking of, let me pull up that list that I know you sent me and someone else sent me.
Yeah, so big game coming up Sunday, right? So with that big game, there's going to be big ads.
Big ads.
I'd love to hear whenever, I don't know if Charles or Dylan or anybody got to see Knock at the Cabin, but I'm intrigued to see how that is because it is finally taken out number one spot in the box office.
It has, and it's not getting bad reviews either.
Shyamalan's occasionally, hits it every once in a while.
That remind me to bring up something about that later.
Will do.
About Mr. Batista. Yes. Okay. So I couldn't find it on my computer, so I'm going to go here. So they released the. Did I actually put a link up of that?
Probably
no.
Not.
Okay. So the Super Bowl movie trailers have been revealed. Now, for the last couple of years, they seem to be releasing the commercials earlier and earlier, so that when the Super Bowl, they release some of the commercials early, and then when the Super Bowl comes on, you don't want to watch the commercials.
Everything but the trailers they've been doing that with.
Yeah, it's awful, and I hate it. That's one of the reasons I like to go. Like, this is an odd year though. Like normally I'll go to a big Super Bowl party and I could give two shits about what's on the TV until the commercials come on.
Right.
Now it's like I actually care what's on the TV because it's
right.
So we got one trailer that I'm super, super excited about. Fast X is getting its debut trailer.
Oh, did you see what they've been doing with that leading up to it?
Yes, sir. They've been doing legacy trailers for each of the movies. They've been giving them modern day mock-ups of all of the old movies. Makes me want to go back and watch them all over again.
You should do that.
We could do a Fast and the
Nope.
Furious
No,
rewatch.
you should do that.
We're going to get a Guardians in the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer. Another one.
Now, see, I don't know if these are going to be new trailers or not. I bet all of these are not new.
Just sprinkle in a couple of new scenes here and there for some of these.
If that.
Ant-Man. I don't need another Ant-Man trailer.
No, there's already been like 3, and I think
Yeah.
they've given away enough of the movie there already.
Yeah. We are finally going to get the Flash. We're going to talk about the Flash in a little bit, a couple of minutes here.
Yeah, we got a lot of DC.
I got a lot of DC stuff. Like most of the rest of the show is going to be DC.
Yeah, for sure.
The Super Mario Brothers is getting another trailer. Don't need it.
Well, I think it'll be the same as the last one. I've seen 4 or 5 different trailers already for that with different cuts.
Same. We're gonna get a live action mermaid trailer.
That the Little Mermaid, that's gonna blow up the internet.
Yep.
For good and bad, I'm sure.
Yep. Scream 6.
I gotta catch up on the other 5.
Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. I've seen enough of the trailers. I don't need
another one. It looks great. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. I don't need another one of those either, personally.
I'm fine getting another one of those.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember the first one already because it hasn't been airing on TV. I don't think, right?
No, I haven't seen it more than that one or two times I saw it.
Yeah, so I'll take it on TV. They always feel a little different when they're on TV than going and looking them up on YouTube.
Pixar's Elemental. Not even sure what that is.
Nah, it's just the new Pixar. I think it might be the sequel to Inside Out.
Okay.
They have that in the works.
This one I'm really looking forward to. Actually, I'm looking forward to a couple of the next ones here. We only have 4 more left. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I'm looking forward to seeing another trailer for that. I'm just a huge Indiana Jones mark.
I don't know if we get a new one.
I don't know. I did see a short little interview with him on Stephen Colbert the other day, and he asked him. He asked him if he could tell him anything about his role in Thunderbolts, and he's like, "I could tell you everything I know." And when he asked him a question, he goes, "I don't know. I haven't told me yet." And he goes, "Where's the first place what's your first scene?" And he goes, "That I know, and I can't tell you." And then they asked, he's like, "Well, why don't you just make stuff up? Nobody's going to know since you don't know anything." And he's like, "Okay, ask me another question." And he goes, "Where do you first meet Captain America?" And he goes, "In a disco." So he's got a sense of humor, and I love when he does these kind of interviews. And he's so like non-committal and just like doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a Marvels trailer.
I'm intrigued for.
Yes.
I can't say I'm excited.
No.
But I really like the girl playing Miss Marvel, and I really like the girl playing Photon or whatever we're gonna name her.
Both. I agree. We're gonna get another Creed trailer, which again I really don't need. I'm lukewarm on seeing that as it is.
I don't know. It looks good, and I'm not a huge boxing movie fan, but the first 2 were great. I'm excited to see what he does as a director.
He's already confirmed he's doing a 4th too. So
you know he doesn't die in the ring.
No, he doesn't die yet. And a John Wick trailer.
Can't wait. How far behind are you in John Wick's world?
1 movie.
Oh, that's not bad.
1 movie. Yeah, I could get that one. It's one of those I keep forgetting things.
Yeah.
Before I go over to the DC stuff that we have, it's just a quick little Star Wars bit. No, I did not watch the latest Bad Batch. I'm 1 behind.
You're finally only 1 behind?
I think I'm 1 behind. The last one I watched was
There was the Ancient Ones. They did their treasure raid.
Yeah, that's the last one I watched.
Okay, yeah, there's 1 since then. It was fine. This week's was they bring back some Clone Wars, like a little Wookiee Jedi.
Gotcha.
It was fine. This season has not been doing it for me for Bad Batch.
No, same here. The other thing I was going to bring up is Liam Neeson is not interested in returning as Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh, I thought we were going a different way with Liam Neeson.
No. He says, as much as I admire them, there's just so many of them now. I've lost track, unfortunately.
That's fair.
It is, and I don't need Liam Neeson to come back. It was fine seeing him in at the end of Obi-Wan. Spoiler, and he probably won't be in Obi-Wan season 2.
Oh my god, I can't believe they're still talking about that.
They
But
are,
think about this: like, if they do an Obi-Wan season 2, we're not getting it for like 3 years.
at least. He'll
So,
be
like,
he'll be Alec Guinness age
who
again.
cares? He already is.
Yeah. So in the DC universe, a lot of stuff happened.
All right.
I'm gonna start on the TV side because it's easy. 3 more cast members from OG Flash are confirmed to return in the final season.
Oh,
Rick Cosnett,
sure. It's Eddie Thawne,
Eddie Thawne. I really like that character.
Yeah.
Jessica Parker Kennedy
who we already knew was coming back because that's XS.
and Matt Letcher.
Yep, who was the Reverse Flash, who's been in every season, and they made him a different character. They made him Eobard
Yes.
by himself. You
Yep.
don't know because you didn't watch that season, Frank, but that's okay.
No. I saw little bits of that part. Like I know that he was there and he was like in love with the chick.
Who then becomes a speedster herself.
Right.
Because why not? Everybody can do it, and everybody knows who Barry is. He just goes, "Hi, I'm Barry Allen. I mean, the Flash."
So we're getting the Pied Piper, Hotness, Rainbow Raider, and Goldface. Batwoman's Javicia Leslie. Did I say that?
Yeah, she's great. Big fan.
She'll be showing up. She will be playing Ryan Wilder and a new take on the DC foe Red Death.
Okay.
Nicole Maines is going to show up.
Yep, Dreamer from Supergirl.
Dreamer for one episode. Episode 9 is gearing up to be one of the biggest Flash season 9 installments in the final season. Kid Flash will be back.
Don't care.
Bloodwork will be back.
Don't care.
Stephen Amell, of course, is back.
Sure.
And this version of John Diggle will be back.
Right. Not the new John Diggle that's starring in season 3.
Which might be the end of Superman and Lois. Possibly a fourth. But after that, that's it.
Oh, I don't think there's a fourth.
I don't think there's a fourth either. So the big announcement that we missed, well, we didn't miss. It's just that James Gunn decided to wait until the day after our show to announce it. Was the big DC slate of news.
I had no idea.
His slate?
Oh.
Yes. Instead of going by phases, as Marvel has done, they're going to go by chapters.
Sure. I mean, that's more literary.
Yes. So James Gunn and Peter Safran revealed their first chapter, the first half of their first chapter, Gods and Men is what it's going to be called.
Gods and Monsters.
Gods and Monsters, I'm sorry. I can't believe I screwed that up. And they've revealed 10 movies and shows that are going to start in 2025. And we're going to talk about, I'm going to run through the stuff that he announced, the names of the stuff he announced.
I know they said when the Superman movie's coming out. I thought that was the third thing though. Or are we sure it's not going to be until 2025 for any of it?
That's so as far as dates, I only have the date in front of me, unless I have it on a different page of the Superman movie, which is set for July 11th, 2025.
Yeah. And that's supposedly the third thing. So
right. So let me see. Is this going to do? So we have the Waller series with Viola Davis as Amanda the Waller for HBO. We have Superman Legacy.
Well, we skipped the first thing they announced though.
Oh, I didn't do it in order. Do you have it in order?
Well, he announced it. The way he announced it is the order for it's a release order.
Go ahead. You do that.
Oh, now I got to remember it. The first thing it announced was the Creature Commandos.
Right.
Which is, so they already kind of released the slate for this and kind of the cast. So I don't know how familiar you are with the Creature Commandos. They're a fairly recent addition. So when they did Rebirth, instead of the JSA, they had where they had recruited all the like monsters of myth. So like Creature from the Black Lagoon and Vampire and Werewolves and Frankenstein's monster. And all of these they recruited for the army to fight in World War II. And it is Rick Flag Sr.
Okay.
Is the star. They are also going to put Weasel in this.
From the Suicide Squad movie.
Correct.
Okay,
Uh, Played by Sean Gunn still.
of course.
So they did announce that. That was the first announcement. Then they talked about Waller
Right.
as the next announcement, which means that Viola Davis gets to keep her job. Who,
Mm.
congratulations, just last night became the 18th person of all ever to get an EGOT
What is an
with
EGOT?
her Grammy win.
Oh,
She has an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and a Tony.
okay. Okay.
There's only 18 people that have ever
That's amazing.
had that. So
That's amazing.
she just she's won that honor last night because she won for a spoken word that she had done on her biography.
I did see that. Yes.
Yeah, and then the Waller show, which is going to pull a lot of the Peacemaker cast because we're not getting Peacemaker in this,
Not for a while.
which is a little upsetting.
Yeah.
And then Superman. So
Real fast on the Waller thing. Doom Patrol executive producer Jeremy Carver and Watchmen scribe Crystal Henry are going to head up that series.
I mean, look, Watchmen was incredibly well written.
Yep. And
Did you watch Watchmen yet? Did we talk about Watchmen?
I
feel like you never watched it, right?
Which one?
Yep, that's what I thought.
The TV show or the movie?
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Right. You were saying? Superman?
Yeah. So then we get Superman, which is a reboot of the Superman movie.
Well, yes, Superman is not going to be an origin story, but is going to focus on Clark's struggles to balance his superhero life with his human life, a la Smallville. No. The story also explores Superman being a beacon of kindness.
It's going to be the Superman I've been bitching that we haven't had for a decade.
Right.
Great.
I'm down. As a tie-on to that real fast, because of all the flack he's getting about the Henry Cavill thing, he basically said outright that Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck are not part of the universe at all as Superman or Batman. Henry Cavill wasn't fired. He just was never hired to be Superman in this Superman movie. There was never a deal in place for him. He got supremely dicked around by Warner Brothers, is what James Gunn basically came out and said.
Right. I think that was an exact quote.
Exact quote, yes. Go ahead.
No, that was it. I think that was his exact quote. Was he was supremely
no. I mean with the stuff coming out.
I wonder if we get Peacemaker in the Waller show, though.
It would make sense to keep him fresh in your.
And so Creature Commandos, I feel like that's going to be sooner. Like they're going to work in the animation, but it's a 7-episode animated show. And this is in which Waller creates a Black Ops team, but I don't buy that. Out of Monsters Prisoners, James Gunn wrote all the episodes already.
Oh shit! Okay.
So and like you can look up the cast, like they're already casting voice actors and stuff for it. So I feel like that's been like in the works probably anyway, and he just added it into this slate.
One of the things that Gunn and Safran have said was, and you had talked about this through text, was that they're going to keep the same voice actor for animation and live action, be that TV show, movie, cartoon. It's going to be the same actor. And you brought up a good question: is how would that have affected like Batman
the animated series or Batman the Brave and the Bold, right? We never would have gotten a
probably not. No.
God damn it, I can't remember his name.
Kevin
No, well, yes, 100%, but also God, what's his name?
Michael Rosenbaum?
No, from the Drew Carey show. And American Mom, American Housewife.
Who did he play?
He was Batman in Brave and the Bold. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts.
I'll tell you in a second.
Not Ryan Stiles. It was the other guy.
Diedrich
Bader.
Yes.
He was Batman in Brave and the Bold.
Tea party.
Yes, what a lovely tea party. Yes.
It's the only thing I think of when I see his face.
But like not only that, right? Like, you know, I guess their workaround for that is announcing that this is not the only DC universe that will be happening. There will be Elseworld shows.
Correct, Mr.
Right,
McGinney.
so you would still get those things, but my issue with it is, so you're not going to cast like voice actors.
No.
right? However, voice actors, there's a whole community of people that are just voice actors that do this
Correct.
so well. Like, so you're not gonna have.
You're not going to cast Nolan North in live action to play a character that he's voicing in
I
animation.
mean, look, you could cast Jensen Ackles as Batman in both because he is Batman and in the animated stuff right now.
Ben Affleck will be involved in the DCU. He'll just be directing. He will not be starring as Batman. His turn as Batman ends in The Flash.
And Aquaman.
Yeah.
But you get that. You also get what, like, it's just, it's tough thinking of all the things that we wouldn't have gotten. And there's a show I listen to all the time called I Hear Voices,
Mhm.
where they talk about this. Like, did we need Chris Pratt as Super Mario?
No.
No, because Mario sells it, right? Like, you don't need Chris Pratt selling Mario.
Correct.
Do we need big stars selling the animated versions of this, or would it be a chance for somebody else to get to work?
No. I didn't know Mark Hamill was the voice of the Joker for years. I had
You never would have gotten that with this.
no.
Right.
And you're missing out on, and say, like we said, Kevin Conroy never would have gotten it.
You never would have gotten Harley Quinn.
No.
Because the character was created specifically for the animated show, and you got what Tara Strong did with that character from going back and forth with Mark Hamill. That's where that whole, and now that's like the biggest DC character in the world almost.
Thank God Margot Robbie saved her.
So
What else?
yeah, I have issues with it. I as long as they dig in and continue the Elseworld stuff and just do all these other shows, because like Teen Titans Go is going to continue as an Elseworlds, right? But like, if you look at that, the Tara Strong is Raven. Tara Strong's been Raven for like 20 years. She's been Harley Quinn for 30 years.
And before somebody asks, no, you're not going to get Henry Cavill in an Elseworlds Superman because now he's too old.
No, well, he's not too old, but
Yeah, they wasted 10 years of his life. The Superman that James Gunn casts is going to be younger and probably unknown, more than likely.
yeah,
Now-
because you don't need a star.
No, now, before you go into the next stuff, what I wanted to bring up was a very good friend of James Gunn has thrown his hat into the ring with wanting to play Lex Luthor in the new DCU.
Yeah,
Two people, actually. Not one, two.
I think we talked about one of them last
They
week.
did. And I don't have a problem with Michael Rosenbaum coming back hating on being Lex Luthor again.
Oh,
But I don't see Dave Bautista as Lex Luthor.
Oh, is that what Batista said he'd like to play?
So Bautista is hard trying to get cast in the Gears of War show that Netflix is doing. But he's also really, really tight with James Gunn. And he kind of threw it out there that he wouldn't mind being cast as Lex Luthor. I don't think he fits he doesn't have the look for me. And Jesse Eisenberg didn't have the look either, and I hated him. So that's, I haven't seen the one in the TV show yet as Lex Luthor, but I have more faith in that than I do. And again, I didn't think John Cryer was going to be a good Lex Luthor at first either, because I'm looking at 2.5 Men and Ducky,
Right. Well, I will say, Titus Oliver, who we only got for a handful of episodes in and out of Titans, would have been fantastic to continue as Lex Luthor, and maybe he will. The issue with what you do there is what backstory do you have for Superman? Is it the one where he and Lex were friends?
Right.
Is it the one where they were even at the same age, or is it the one where Lex is much older? And how do you play through, right? Like Christopher Reeves versus Gene Hackman. Like,
right.
how do you, which version do you do? So I think it's tough to say how to cast it. I think Batista would do fine.
Yeah.
He's definitely too big. I mean, he can probably slim down if he wanted to, and he's going to have to soon.
He's not going to be able to get rid of that pumpkin head.
No, not all of it, but yeah, we'll see. So let's dive back in here though, because we're only through 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
So then we have the Authority.
Okay.
So this is from Wildstorm, which DC bought. I don't really know why he's going this route. It seems like he's doing a blend of Guardians of the Galaxy and Peacemaker, basically, is what he's doing.
Okay.
Right? Like, he's going to be like, we're going to do an outer space and fantastical So I feel like the Authority is actually the team that Superman joined up with when his son took over as Superman in the comic books for like a couple years,
I
because
have
it was Superman and the Authority,
right.
and he was going and doing other world stuff. So I feel like that's where that movie's going to go.
Okay.
And whatever,
Yeah.
I think you bring Superman. You can, if you cast an unknown as Superman, you can weave them through most of these movies
Right.
as
Right. Yeah.
your tying piece. Then we got Booster Gold,
Right.
who I'm excited for. Booster Gold, he's fun.
Now, is it gonna? You think he'll cast a new person? You don't think they're gonna use the Booster Gold that Legends tried to use?
No, he's too old.
Now, yeah, good point.
But Booster Gold, and because James seems cool with Blue Beetle staying is the way it is now, I don't know what they do with Booster Gold, because a lot of the fun of Booster Gold is that him and Blue Beetle, that was established. Like, Booster Gold was introduced in the mid '80s, and then he got his own comic book for like a hot minute right after Crisis.
Right.
And then when the Justice League rebooted after Legends, he and Blue Beetle became just like this duo that has lasted ever since, that are hilarious together. So I don't know how you tie that in. So I'm intrigued to see if they do, because I could see James Gunn enjoying that humor relationship that they have.
Right.
Then you get the one that I'm the least looking forward to, The Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
Which will be the DCU's Batman and Robin. And it's going to be the father-son version, so Bruce Wayne and Damian Wayne.
Yeah.
And this is based on Grant Morrison's recent run on Batman and Robin, which I haven't read yet. One of the wonderful things that James Gunn did when he'd made all these announcements is he shouted out the comic book runs they're basing things off of.
Right.
Most of the runs they're doing are like almost current. Like, they're within the last like 5 years.
That's good.
Which is good and bad, right? Because it's not like you're going to get a young crowd all of a sudden by doing current comic book stuff.
Right.
And the older people that Marvel is pretty much ingrained with right now are just reading hitting all these 90s and like mid 2000s stuff and going to the movies. But like, I don't know if that's the storylines that you want to grab, right? From DC, if they want to do all these newer versions of the comics. So that we get that, though. Damian Wayne is my least favorite Robin by a mile. A mile.
You have said.
But we're gonna get that one. Then we get, I think next is Lanterns, which I'm actually kind of excited for Lanterns.
Yeah, that looks like it's gonna be a fun like detective show.
Yeah, but it's also billed as an enormous TV event series.
Right.
So, cool.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to wait for that for a while. That'll probably, I don't know how long these 10 things are going to come out. I don't know if this is like 2025 to 2027, and his first chapter is going to take 5 years.
Well, this is half of his first chapter.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is at least two. If this was Marvel, this would be a year,
right?
Maybe a year and a half. I don't know if DC will move that quick.
Yeah.
So I'm intrigued to see how they cast Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan. And I'm also intrigued with all this stuff to see how they pull it back and forth, weaving in and out of other storylines. So then we have Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which is another sci-fi outer space take on Supergirl, where she'd not land on Earth. She's somewhere out in the universe.
Right.
And it's based on Tom King's run on there. Who Tom King is mainly known for like reinventing Batman and doing a lot of the Damian Wayne and just doing like a super long run. I believe Tom King's like ex FBI or CIA.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to present it with a Supergirl viewers are not used to seeing. So whatever.
Sure.
I'm
yeah,
it's fine. Yeah. Then we get Paradise Lost, which is set in Themyscira, home of the Amazons, the birthplace of Wonder Woman. Drama focuses on the genesis and political intrigue of an island of all women.
Right. So this is a pre-Wonder Woman Game of Thrones style TV show. That's what that's the way it looks at.
So in all of this, I guess all of the shows, will be HBO Max.
Probably.
Which is something, I guess.
Yeah. Is that all they announced, or did you miss one?
And then there's one more movie they announced, which is Swamp Thing.
Right.
which is fine. It will be the third Swamp Thing movie. And there's also been 2 TV series of Swamp Thing. So like we've actually gotten more Swamp Thing than we have almost any of these other characters.
which is hilarious.
And the latest take on Swamp Thing on TV, I thought was great. Like
Yeah,
it
you
was
were
just
raving about that when it first came out.
well, the problem was it was so expensive for the DC app to try and do,
Right.
and they like couldn't finish it, and they tore all the sets down. And then the CW aired it, and it was a hit, and they're like, "Sorry, we already tore everything down. We're not rebuilding it. Bye."
Um,
But
just
the original movie is fantastic. I mean, we can do a rewatch of the original Swamp Thing if you want. The Adrian Barbeau.
is that the one from filmed up here in
It was from like
Phoenixville?
'83,
That's not the one filmed in Phoenixville, right? Oh, that's the Blob. Never mind.
and then there was the Return of Swamp Thing. Was this next movie, which was also amazing back in the '80s. And
Cross.
then there was a TV show that was like in syndication back in the '90s and
Right.
early 2000s for Swamp Thing, and then we got the movie on CW. I'm fine. I don't know why. I don't know what the obsession is with Swamp Thing with people that make this stuff. I get it; it's a very cool concept and character. But like, I don't know why everybody's like always so gung ho to make this one like their first things.
Well, it's either that or Superman and Batman. It's
Well, but we're getting all 3.
yeah.
But like, people have been clamoring for like a Zatanna movie for years. How do you not do a Zatanna movie?
I don't know. A few last things on the DC stuff. They did confirm Matt Reeves is getting a trilogy, so he's getting 3. His Batman 2 starts filming soon. But on the heels of that, the Penguin show, Colin Farrell. This is an interesting little thing. It's going to be 8 episodes long. It's going to pick up 1 week after the Batman movie. And Colin Farrell said, if everybody does their jobs right, the series ends right before the Batman 2 will pick up. So this is going to bridge the gap between the Robert Pattinson Batman 1.
And none of this is filmed yet, right?
No, this is actually
Great.
just started or is starting to film.
Film or pre-production?
Film.
What is the the Penguin series?
Penguin series, yeah.
Okay.
They're about to start that up. Three more little things. His comments that James Gunn made about the previous DCEU has ruffled quite a few feathers in
has it?
Warner Brothers executives. The crux of what he said. Safran affirmed that the Batgirl movie was not releasable. They watched it. They looked at it.
Yeah, I did see that.
It really wasn't good. But James Gunn said the old DC regime was, quote, giving away IP like they were party favors at any creator who smiled at them, end quote. And as far as the Gal Gadot and Ezra thing, he responded to somebody on Twitter and basically said, we didn't let Gal go. Ezra's movie's already made. Henry doesn't fit what I have for Superman. And then when someone asked him on Twitter, how is Viola Davis still playing Amanda Waller? Aren't you rebooting the DCEU 100%? James Gunn replied, no. Flash resets many things, not all things. Some characters remain the same, some do not. Ezra Miller is still there. I believe it remains to be seen whether or not Ezra continues as the Flash, but the door seems to be open for Ezra to continue as the Flash.
Yeah, whatever. I still need like
I know
a proper Barry Allen.
I know.
Yeah, we'll see where how that works out. I'm hopefully optimistic.
Yes. And now comes the fun final part of the show where we do the spoilers for The Last of Us. Episode 4 aired a couple nights ago. Last night. Well, it was last night, and if you're listening to the podcast, it was 2 nights prior to
So it was Sunday.
Yes.
Is when it aired. If you're listening before this Friday, though, Friday the 10th? The next episode will drop on Friday to not compete with the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Yes.
So they must be from Philadelphia, somebody involved in this, and said, I do not want my show to air during the Eagles trouncing of the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm really glad that they decided to release it early so I can watch it Friday, Saturday, um, and then enjoy the Super Bowl and not have to worry about being sober. Um, I can
I
still
don't feel like that was a problem anyway that
well,
you were gonna have.
I can still climb my light pole.
There you go.
Sunday night.
You could, I don't know. According to Wooten, you just pulled your ACL while sitting in your chair, so I don't know if that'll happen.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. Did you what did you think of the episode?
I thought it was great. Like the show continues to get better as I watch it. I had a feeling. I don't know how they finished the game in 10 episodes, so I'm intrigued to see how they do that because I just don't. I think they have to pick up the story to get there, and I don't want them to.
Right. I
Because they
agree.
let this one breathe, and I would like them to continue to let the story breathe and actually get some character development.
Yeah. And you're getting really good development between Ellie and Joel, and you're only in Kansas City. Now, from what I was reading, this part of the game actually took part in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
But they moved it out to Kansas City to give them kind of uh, you know, keep their
Well,
journey going forward.
no, that's not why.
No?
So no,
Uh,
the little part after you got to stick around after the show. I'm telling you.
did. Did I miss that part?
So
Oh.
he said they did Kansas City because it looks more like
Oh!
Calgary, where they
Oh!
filmed, than Pittsburgh does, and they were like, nobody's going to buy this as Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
but they might buy it's Kansas City, so we're going to say it's Kansas City
Okay. That's what it was.
because it looks more like Calgary, which is great, right? It's
Yeah.
better than you see a lot, and we got some new characters. So the one character in this episode,
Mhm. Jeffrey Pierce.
yes, is the
Yes.
voice of Tommy from the game,
Yes. So he was the bearded guy, the military guy that was with
Perry,
yes, that was with uh
Melanie Linsky's character,
Melanie
who's
Linsky's character.
Heather something.
Yes.
No, not
No,
Heather.
not Heather. I know who you mean. Kathleen. Kathleen.
There you go.
Um, I thought it was a really good episode. It teased another big threat underground.
Yeah, so in their episode, their IMDb listing say 3 episodes. So I don't think we get out of here for a while.
But that's good. But then I don't want to get to episode 7 and then all of a sudden we're in Wyoming.
Right, that's where I'm concerned that we end up in like a mad dash. That's what I was saying. My prediction is that we don't get to the end of the game at the end of the season.
That would be great, and that would keep me from playing a game for a while longer. Which
I
I'm
don't.
okay with.
I think you drag this out, and maybe you finish the game story, see episode 2 or 3, maybe 4 of season 2.
And then you can pick up into the next game.
Well, so no, but the next game is incredibly complicated timeline wise.
Oh,
So the next game, it's like most video games. There's like, oh, how did we get here? Right, and we do flashbacks.
right.
So there's a lot of that involved in the second game. So I feel like you could just continue this through, and you don't get to the second game like modern time storyline till season 3, maybe.
Okay.
And instead, you just actually you don't have to do the flashbacks because that's an effective storytelling for the game.
Right.
It moves the game, but I don't think you have to move the show at the same pace. Pete, it might be there's a bloater in the preview. So we might end up with a it might be the bloater underground. I feel like it's more because they're doing the difference on this where when they feel something, they're all interconnected through the vines and the spores, unlike the
Right.
game. So not the spores, the the vines.
Yeah.
So I think you might get that and just more of them coming out of the ground there. And I don't know how you lock that building down from it, but I don't know which way they're going with that. I think we'll get some different monsters than we had in the game, even just because they can do a little more fun stuff.
Yeah. Didn't they say in the episode with in the last episode that it was a little harder to do the bloaters in live action because it's so video?
No, it's not the bloaters that was harder to do in live action. So in the game, there's like pods.
Okay.
And when you kill them, and even when you kill
That's
the
right.
clickers and everything, their head releases spores.
Right. And it
Spores are harder to do on TV because it's
Gotcha.
like, well, all right, so you were 3 feet away. Did they really not go 3.5 feet? Come on,
right.
right? And they want to make this as realistic as possible. Like,
I mean,
but, you know, but that's game mechanics, right? Like, okay, it's only got a spray of this, so I just got to stay outside that when they kill. You know,
right. No, I mean I'm absolutely in love with the show. And again, this is the guy that ran it and raved about Walking Dead for years, and I'm assuming this is the same kind of thing.
Right. It's not a story about
Right.
zombies and whatnot or a plant disease. It's a story about people and how you survive in an apocalypse and how life is just different and how
Yeah.
you make new relationships with people that you never would have had a reason to have a relationship before.
Yeah. And
Um,
and I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
yeah, it's character storytelling that you get to do when you're not worried about, oh my god, it's freak of the week. How do we get to the next thing? Right, to quote some of the other the shows we used to watch, but that's I think that's what they're doing well. I will watch anything with Melanie Linsky in it.
Yeah,
So
she's
I'm
great.
really excited she came on.
Yeah, she's great in Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh wow, she brought a baby to the bar.
She
I never
did.
knew that. Um, she's killing it in Yellow Jackets, which that's back like soon. I think like
Yellowstone?
Yellow Jackets.
Stone. Gotcha.
No, you need to watch Yellow Jackets. It is right in your wheelhouse.
I'll tell
And
you what. I am becoming more and more open to trying out different shows thanks to The Last of Us and
oh,
how
look at
wrong
that.
I was about that whole zombie thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't, we're not sure if it was a bloater underground, Pete. It looks like it may be, but
Well, that's what I was telling him. I said it. We'll see. I based on how they're all connected, it's hard to tell. But
right.
there is one in the preview, a bloater.
Yep.
Yellow Jackets is more like Lost
Oh,
than it is like this.
okay.
Dom coming in at the last minute. So Dom brings me to a good point coming in late. So you can find this show to a repeat in about 3 hours if you want to go audio only anywhere you listen to your podcasts. Spotify, Apple, Google, all those places. It'll drops tonight. Usually it's out before midnight, based on the kind of lag in there. But drop us a review, drop us a rating.
Thanks to Jack doing it.
5 stars on that, if you please. And
If you feel like
thanks for all
watching
that.
us again, you
Yeah.
can go to the YouTube channel and watch us on the YouTube channel, Geek Spot News. That's where all previous 85 episodes are.
Yeah, and that helps more people find us because the more people that watch us on those spots help out those fancy algorithms and things like that.
And that'll get us to Comic-Con one day.
And the more people you tell, if you're listening to the audio only version, the more versions of ads you will get to hear, which is exciting because right now you just get an ad for Anchor, who we are grateful sponsors the show every week, and gives us a platform to throw this out to the world on. Frank
Uh,
did not watch Walking Dead yet. I'm excited he watched the 4th episode of Last of Us even at this point.
yeah, let's not put the cart before the horse here.
So that was Dom in chat asking if Frank has watched The Walking Dead yet.
No, he's getting closer. I got a lot of stuff on my plate right now.
He is. So I know Dom's going to go back and watch and listen to all of our DC talk and
Oh
what we think
man,
about that slate. But
please come back. Please come early next week, Dom. I want to hear all your DC thoughts. Even though I know you hate DC, but I want to hear all your thoughts next week.
so, and even as a Ravens fan, since we will be talking all Super Bowl commercials next week, I am going to kick off with the Go Birds from my end.
One final thing, I did see a tweet come earlier that people downtown in Philadelphia at jury duty, they are not calling out here. They are yelling out "Go Birds." Go Birds is now the official call out for everything positive in Philadelphia. Dom, go Birds.
Thanks for finding the Geek Spot, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Go Birds.